Good morning. This is Harry Clevin here at Harry's World, and we're going to talk a little bit of politics. We're going to talk a little bit of religion, some sports. My hat's on crooked, but I'm over here watching some very interesting interviews by a gentleman on YouTube named Nick Johnson, and I'll go ahead and
And it is. Let's go in the fraternity house and see if they'll talk to us. What's up? What's your name?
Jet.
Jed. Why are you so fired up about Trump?
Well, I'm just fired up about Trump because he's really going to bring democracy back to America. I mean, these liberals out here are trying to do all this shit, man, take guns away, raise all these taxes. But Trump's just going to let America be America.
Are there a lot of young men that are voting for Trump now? Because in the past, young men didn't care about, or they voted Democrat, or whatever.
I mean, look around you. You got a bunch of fine gentlemen right here.
Yeah.
All Trump supporters.
Yeah. What is it about Trump that resonates with you guys?
You veteran?
No, sir. No, sir.
So you're going to vote for a draft dodging racist?
Oh, we're getting heckled here by somebody.
No, sir. You have
This guy's harassed. What's your?
Walls the?
Well, are you? You're a Harris supporter heckling Trump people.
Yeah.
That's
guy
pretty
in a
typical.
bicycle.
We feel like we get heckled a lot. Why is that? What? Come over here. All right, he's not coming over. Let's
He's
ignore
afraid
him then. All right. So this is the kind of stuff. A lot of Trump people feel like they have to they get harassed. You can't put a sign in your yard. You can't tell your friends at work. Why do you think that is?
Just uninformed, man. They haven't read the Constitution, man. First Amendment, freedom of speech,
Yeah.
Put whatever you want, say whatever you want. I mean, it's just like difference of opinion, You gotta let people say what they want to say.
Do you think it's 50-50? They say North Carolina is going to be like a swing state. Do you think that's true?
I don't. I think that's like a strong Republican state, but I don't know how to prove that. But anybody that I talk to, I mean, other than that guy, I haven't seen one.
One Harris supporter.
Yeah, I don't see many, unless they just don't come out of the house.
Can you name one Kamala Harris accomplishment at all?
Debt.
I love that.
Crisis debt.
I love that.
Dividing the country maybe more than what it already was. No accomplishments.
Using Joe Biden.
That's so
That was good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good little using the puppet, president puppet.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So I want to ask you the same question. Why do you think young men are so fired up about Trump and young people in general? They're getting involved in politics way more than they used to.
I think that people like to see the businessman accomplish stuff that he can do because it shows that.
Okay, I'm gonna put it on pause right there. That cracked me up when he said what accomplishment. Now, why is this not working? I think it's working, but when I talk about that, Kamala was against guns, and then she changed to try to win. A number of things. I don't want to go. If you've been watching, she's really the acting president as we speak right now. So anything that she claims that she's going to do, she could do right now. A lot of things, I should say. So she should do them. Matter of fact, if she was doing them, she'd probably have a lot more clout on some swing voters on that, but she's not doing them. And it's not my imagination that gas prices have skyrocketed. I used to buy 60 eggs at Walmart for about $9. Now it fluctuates. It's $18, $19, $20. So I don't get them. You can't go into a grocery store with 2 bags and not spend $40. It's crazy. And, just the cost of living by itself is gone crazy. The border, that's insane. All of us that call ourselves Americans had ancestors years and years ago that went through the proper channels to become a United States citizen. That's the only thing that we ask and demand of anybody else that comes in here. It's not fair to hand somebody $9,000 and still not be legal. Some people are going to take that $9,000 and make something of themselves, but 95%, 98%, 99% are going to say, "Well, this is we're getting paid to leave the country that we should be in jail, and for some of them, and we're just going to." Worst case scenario, they get caught and they get put in a much better jail than they would have in their own country, and you're going to see a lot of criminal activities. I pray and hope she does not win. I sure hope that Trump wins. Is he perfect? Absolutely not. None of us are. If you look back, there wasn't one Republican candidate that could have stood toe to toe with Hillary Clinton. He did. He won. How Biden won, I don't know. That's a mystery. How Biden was the best candidate for Democrats was a mystery. How Kamala, who couldn't even get a vote against Biden, how she's now running for president. There's not a better candidate for the Democrats. I rest my case. Okay, that's enough about that part. Now let's let them finish.
The average American person can do what they want. And all these guys, like myself, we all want to be our own independent boss. We all want to have somebody work for us. We all want to strive and be our best person. So when you see people like Trump and Elon up on the stage leading the country, it shows that you can do it too. So it's not just about politics. It's about
I don't know how to reverse my keyboard.
knowing what you're about.
What are the biggest things you worry about the way the country's going for your future now if she takes charge?
I mean, the biggest thing is I want to buy a house in 5-10 years, and I'm not going to be able to if the interest rates and everything keeps going the way it is. I mean, there's just no chance. So that's a big thing for me, and just the economy in general. I mean, food prices since Kamala has been Biden has been president is up 25%, I think it is. It's just like simple things like that, where it's everyday costs that add up so much and basically can't afford life. So
The veterans, they're fired up about this. They are. Went by the local VFW
And
to
I'm a
talk to our
veteran.
vets, and before we even got inside, we could tell we were in for a treat.
Look at that sticker.
Man, look at that.
The guy's
LD,
Yes, sir.
thank you for serving this country.
Honor.
How do you feel about the way the country's going right now with Kamala and them in charge?
Camel toe, it seems to be like, is taking us into socialism, along with Joe Biden and the rest of the Democrats. I'm a veteran, proud Republican,
The
and I
Democrats.
did vote for Donald J. Trump, did in 2016 and 2020. America's going to hell very quickly, sadly.
My name is Jack Hannon, and I've lived in Wilmington since 2003. I came originally from Brooklyn to Long Island, and I was a police officer for 30 years in Suffolk County. I was in the military, went to Vietnam, so I paid my dues. So I'm looking for people to vote for Trump. He's the only one that can pull us out of the mess that the Democrats have performed here. The latest thing is the garbage thing, and Trump, the great showman that he is, comes roaring through with a big garbage truck.
I love it.
That was great.
I love it.
Let's talk about how we're going to get groceries back to where it was.
She doesn't know how she's going to do that.
She doesn't have a
Her
clue.
whole platform is based on solving problems that she created.
That
Yeah,
is so
but she never
true.
took care of the
So
problem.
She
true.
hasn't done anything.
I don't know. You're a young man.
Yeah.
Isn't it against the law to let people across our borders? I always thought if I was, I went to Tijuana one time when my brother was in the Navy. I mean, you just don't get across the border.
Yeah, now you do. Now they just it's
Nice
just
haircut.
wide open.
Really. I mean, you couldn't get across the border.
Yeah, I know.
And they just let them all come in here,
Mhm.
and then these cities have to deal with it.
From a military standpoint, where's the country going to go if Kamala takes charge?
Right there it
Well,
is. Nick
The
Johnson.
military right now is just about decimated because of the Democrats. If she takes charge, we won't have a military. We won't have an America.
All right, that is enough about the politics today. We're going to switch to religion. Um, and this is concerning me a little bit, you know. I'm going to, you know, when you're a pastor of a church, you're representing God. You're speaking and should be leading people towards God. And essentially, and it's not to diminish that at all, you're really representing a product in a sense, right? When I sold cars, if I took you for a test drive, showed you all the benefits, why this could make your life better, and we get back to the dealership and I say, have a great day. I didn't ask you to make a decision on everything that I talked about that car that would help you make a better decision for your life. And the truth is, if a salesperson does that, which they do way too often, then they may go down and choose something else. They're going to choose something perhaps. So back to what is disturbing me. I've gone to a lot of different churches and more churches, and it's hard to find any that they'll give a sermon, they'll do the singing, they'll do everything, but they won't ask if anybody doesn't know Jesus Christ as a personal Savior, that this be the day, the time is now, that they accept Jesus Christ as a personal Savior with eyes bowed, heads bowed, eyes closed. If anybody doesn't know that they're Jesus as a personal Savior, please raise your hand. And they raise their hand. And then ask them to come forward. I watch a lot of Billy Graham. Billy Graham did this every single time. It was his main message. It was a simple but the pure message of the gospel, the pure message of salvation. And Billy Graham says that the reason why he calls people publicly is that when people came forward back in the Bible, they came publicly as well. He's better at that than I. So I need a little work on that. But if you don't ask that, what do we do even have in church? I will talk more about other things that churches I think could do better, but we're going to stop there. And I'm getting attacked by my little cat. Sorry. Little Maribel is she's feisty. I let her outside twice already. So she's still got a lot of feistiness to her. I'm going to talk about sports. We got the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers playing today. Now, I'm actually going to she's really getting me. She's really going at me. I'm actually going to show you a little clip. Oh, I need to get an extended camera. You need to stop it. I got a water bottle here. It says vinegar on it. It used to have vinegar in it. It does not have vinegar in it, folks. It's just pure water. I've rinsed it out plenty. A little squirt, get her attention. But anyways, she'll stay clean that way. But we got the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions, and we've got a little bit of history. And just a few years ago, we were on the cusp of, fighting for the division when Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson was together and Dominic Sue. We had a pretty good team there. Don't think we had nearly the same coaching levels as we have right now. We have it better in my lifetime now than ever. But back then, there was some plays that Aaron Rodgers got 2-3 extra chances because of these bogus calls that would help them beat the Lions. And it kind of stunk really bad for us. And to go deeper into this, we don't seem to be getting those horrible calls anymore. And the reason why, I believe, is you look at somebody like Mike Caldwell, real nice guy, very timid, didn't yell at a single referee, hardly at all. They very, very seldom disagreed with him. Now you look at Dan Campbell. He's not arguing with the refs, but he demands respect. They know if they're going to make a blatant call against him, their team is at such a level, his respect is at such a level that they could lose their jobs. The referees now have a lot more integrity to call an even game for the Lions. So now we're moving forward. And just a couple of years ago, there was a very interesting, I'm going to try to find it for you. Very interesting young man that was doing a podcast. He's a Packer fan. And he's one of the very few Packer fans I would seriously hang out with because he's just so funny. But Packer, let's see, Packer fan. Go on YouTube. I love YouTube. Packer. I need to get one of these speak things in there. All right, come on. Or batteries. Packer. Oh, Packers forfeit because they don't want to play Lions? Oh, is that what it says? No. Packer. Come on. I feel like I'm using the old flip phone where you hit the letter 3 times to get the Packer fan. Oh, there he is. Packer fan reaction. Let's try that one. Whoa, stop it. Man, it's Tom Grossi. GROSSI. I want to see the draft. Oh, let's see. He's got a lot of reactions, so. To Brian Branch. Can you hear that cat it just constantly jumps and attacks my hand? All right, this is it. This is it right here. I'm gonna turn this around so you can
get Brian Branch. I'll be happy. I'll definitely be happy. All right. Well, the Packers are back on the clock, folks.
Here's the secret billionaires have been hiding from us for years. For years, I struggled with bad luck and empty pockets. Then everything changed.
We get Brian Branch. I'll be happy. I'll definitely be happy. All right. Well, the Packers are back on the clock, folks. They could go wide receiver. Brian Branch is still there. Darnell Washington is still there. I'll take any of them. Just one of those 3. Darnell Washington. We'll double dip. Who cares? Because Musgrave's going to be more of a pass catching tight end anyway. So, I would do that. That's fine.
Oh, look at that.
We traded with the Lions.
Yeah.
We traded with the Lions.
Oh man, this is a bad day for him.
We traded with the Lions. I am gonna lose my mind. We did. We colluded ourselves. We are the collusion now. If they get Brian Branch, or they get Darnell Washington, I'm gonna be furious. I am going to rain down the fury of 1,000 suns. 1,000 suns. 548. Okay, so down 3 spots. Cool. What did we get? Did we rip them off? Did we get a massive deal? Did we get their first round pick next year? I think that's the only thing we should have traded it for. Oh, this team makes me drink. I should take the best safety in the draft. We finally have 2 second rounders, and Goody's like, nope. It's fine. There we go. 48th overall and the 5th round pick. Branch. I'm waiting for it. Lions. They got Brian Branch.
Oh man.
They got Brian Branch. They got Brian Branch. They got Brian Branch. The Detroit Lions got Brian Branch. The Packers could have had Brian Branch, but they traded up.
Brad Holmes
That's
is
good.
a genius.
That's really good. That's so good. It's so good. Because why have the top safety in the draft when we have no safeties? We got nobody. Darnell Savage? Yeah, he's all right. Who else you got? Who? You got Rudy Ford? We got like 6 safeties on the roster, and I don't even know who's starting with Savage. But no! Don't go get Brian Branch. Let's get a 5th round pick. A 5th! Instead of the best safety in the class, we got a 5th round pick. The team that keeps on kicking our ass and just kept us out of the playoffs. That's who we gave the... And this is not like they didn't pick my guy. Brian Branch was far and away the best safety in the draft. We have a drastic needed safety, but we traded them for a 5th round pick, and they took him. A lot of teams missed out on Brian Branch because he has that dog in him. That's
He
what he's
does have
saying.
a dog in him. He is a dog.
Brian. I bet you'll have a nice career with the Lions. That's good.
Let's find out if that's accurate. What did Brian Branch do on his very first game?
It's the pre-Black Friday sale at Furniture Row, and that means the more you buy, the more
That
you
sounds
save.
racist.
Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, or score 60 months no interest. Shop the largest select.
Sitting there at 48, and again, we still got our crop of guys. We're ready, but then I'm just starting to see this Brian Branch, and I'm like, wait, he's still there?
Oh, I got him. And he's still sitting.
Brian Branch is a flat-out ball hawk. He makes wide receivers flinch going across the middle. He's a heavy hitter like Ronnie Lott.
We got this guy in one of those 14 players that we have in that first round bucket, and let's make sure we don't lose him.
If I were picking out the guy I would want is Brian Branch.
You're looking at the top corners available. It's Branch from Alabama. Can also play some safety if you wanted to in a pinch. You can kick out, play corners, and he can return some kicks for you as well.
Dan Campbell fighting for him. I love Sheila Hemp.
It's because you believe they can get it sooner than later. There's something about their game you feel like these guys can play football.
When he was there, that's when I just started just making calls, getting on the phone, and just seeing, who I felt like we needed to get in front of. Again, you have no idea, but you just got to just go with your gut.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He wants 152. Let's see what happens. I might do that. What would you do? Mine.
Dixon, Julius Prince.
What's up? Yeah, what do you It's bad. Yeah, I thought he was in the corner of that.
We even negotiated 7 spots down.
48 from 159.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Brian Branch is one of my all-time favorite football players. He's just
Lions just hopped up with the Packers, who get a 5th-round selection, so the Lions could do what I guess they're about to do.
Being able to get that deal done with Goody in Green Bay, and me and Goody, I've known him for a long time, and you know, he was great to work with to get the deal done. But to be able to land Branch, we were ecstatic.
All right. Oh. It's not exactly what you wanted for a while.
Day 2, I was still hot, but it was important for me to stay because it's never gonna happen again. I'm never gonna.
Brian Branch is the only person that was there for day 2.
I got a phone call. Brad called me, and
he knows
my heart dropped. Like
he belonged in that first
finally
group.
knew where I was going, and for it to be Detroit is huge.
Yeah, hey Brian, Brad Holmes in the Detroit Lions. How you doing, man? What you doing, man? You're a good part of this race, man. All right, good. All right. Branch, what's up, man? Hey, congratulations, buddy. Fired up to have you. Can't believe that you're still sitting before us. You're going to fit right up there. Everything we're about, agents, secondary, everything.
Hey, Brian. Congratulations. I'm great. Well, we're really excited. You're holding our breath and then couldn't wait anymore.
She's top notch.
So happy.
You deserve to win this Super Bowl this year.
Everyone's excited.
With the 45th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Brian Branch, defensive back, Alabama.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Big Pharma hates when you do this, but they can't do a damn thing about it. These shoes help relieve
The
back
Detroit
pain and
Lions
knee
are
pain,
filled
make you
with
feel like
great
you're walking
stories.
on
Well, that's
clouds.
it for
They're
today.
already been sold
You guys
out
have a
multiple
great
times
day.
on Amazon and
I
Walmart
kept it
and
in
all
a
those
half
other
hour
big box
getting attacked
stores
by my
because
cat.
It's been a top recommendation from pain specialists.
And
now the
look
company
forward to the
behind it is
Lions
cutting out the middleman after selling over 2 million
taking
units
another
in the
step
last 90
towards that
days,
Super
all
Bowl
without those
season
big retailers who just jack
against
up
Green
the
Bay
price tag.
Packers.
It's
You have a
called
great day,
Grounded
folks.
Footwear, and here's the kicker. They were originally designed by Dr. Feinberg, a decorated Army flight